No, no, no. Today's Casual Friday topic is not going to be, do I love my job? In the interest of Valentine's Day, I don't care.
It's Valentine's Day weekend. It's Valentine's Day weekend.
Okay.
Love is in the air. It's sprinkling down. You know, little Valentine's dudes come around with the arrow.
No, it's very cold right now. I don't want to talk about it.
It is cold in Houston. It's freezing. Now that's out of pocket. That is very out of pocket.
It was about
That is not right.
Monday. It's going to be about 19 degrees. We're already shutting down offices, schools shut down for President's Day.
This is true.
I mean, all right. You twisted my arm. Casual Friday.
Casual Friday.
And we're very casual today. Trying to stay warm.
Yes, we are.
But do you love your job? Do you love your coworkers? Do you love your career?
I love what I do.
Oh, well, good.
I mean, this is a good topic because we've gone through the time of COVID.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people are looking for new opportunities, but they might not always be looking from the right lens.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
And I like where we're going with this. All right, so let's talk about this today.
So,
do you love your job, your career, everything that's going with it, or are we faking the funk to make a paycheck? Is it time
that
to,
happens.
make a move? Are we having trouble finding out what's our calling? And a lot of people I talk to, they're just trying to make a paycheck. They haven't found that career. They haven't found the reason why I get up in the morning, go to the office, and they don't really love their job.
Yeah.
They don't really love their job.
Yeah.
They don't love their career. They just happen to fall into something, just need a paycheck. But that's not the reason why we're doing this.
Nah. That's
At
unfortunate.
all.
That's unfortunate.
At all.
If you getting up every day to do something that you really despise, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've ever been in that situation, not at least since I was in high school. I mean, in high school it's different. You're just trying to get work experience. You might be cleaning fat out the back of a vat in a restaurant or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, if you have actually gone to school and gotten a degree, or you've went and, learned a trade and you're working in a role, hopefully you enjoy what you do enough. I don't know if I would necessarily say you have to love it, but you need to like it enough to be able to get up every morning and want to do that.
Understandably so. Usually when you get a degree, you're like, this is gonna be my career path. I love what I do. I love the people I'm with. I love all this. And you just like, golly.
You don't have to necessarily love the people you work with.
I love it.
I like
hold on, put a pin in that. No.
I like the people I work with.
I've got to enjoy the people I work with.
Okay, depending on the type of person you are, you do need to like the people that you work with in order to be proficient at what you do.
But my type of job that I'm in, I have to like the people I'm with.
Okay.
Because if I was a sole contributor, I just work with this and I don't have to interact with anybody, fine. Fair enough.
I guess what I'm saying is that, do you love your job? If you're going to look at something like that, let's break down what you should really be looking at to identify if it's a job that there's a problem with or if the problem is with you. Because
okay, well not okay.
It takes two to tango.
Hold on. Now you throwing shots now.
No, I'm just saying it takes two to tango.
Okay.
If let's say you go to you applied to this job.
Okay.
You got hired. You knew what the role was about from the get-go. You went through the interview. Maybe you tap danced a little bit. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. But you got the job. You go in there.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden you lost the love for it. Okay. Now I love what I do. I love recruitment. I love working with candidates. I love helping clients figure out how to come up with solutions to their problems.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I can definitely tell you that I love what I do. But if you're in a role where when you look at what you do every day and it looks like there's no innovation in the company, the industry you're in is dying. If you feel like there's no room for growth and your lifestyle is suffering, because of the type of role that you're in,
Yeah.
okay, you probably have some valid reasons to start looking for a different type of opportunity.
True. And when you love your job, it shows.
It definitely shows.
It shows. You know, I'm there early. I'm
Possibly in there late.
working late hours trying to make sure that you're ahead for the next day. You know, you take charge of what you're doing and all that type of stuff. And people can actually see that. It just permeates off of you when you actually love your job.
100%.
And that, when you find other people that you work with that actually love, you know, what you guys are doing, you guys are creating a great environment that people want to join.
This is definitely true.
You know, but you know, those bad apples that come in there and just like, oh, God, I hate this place. Oh, this place sucks. God, our management sucks. Oh, the company
I can't
sucks.
stand this guy.
Oh, I'm not getting paid enough for this. God, you know, it's like, oh man, we're driving this thing down. Now, again, let me go ahead and put this out there. There are some people that don't like their job, all right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that I need to come in here and be the cancer to that company.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, attitude is something that you have 100% control over.
Yeah.
100%. So if you're the guy that comes in and instead of making people smile, you make everybody give that pause look, like the side eye,
Yeah.
that's a problem. I don't care if your job sucks. You need to be cognizant of the fact that you're a cancer to the situation.
There's a lot of people who are oblivious to that, which is funny to me.
Which is why I like this topic, because self-awareness is a huge part of it.
Okay.
Because a lot of times we tend to deflect information, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to being the type of person that looks at a situation and says, you know what, I could be doing this a little bit better. Maybe I could do this a little bit better, and I can improve myself here. If you do things like that, whether you like your job or not, you're gonna have success. You're gonna end up moving into new circles and new opportunities, and you're gonna have success. But if you're the type of person who's constantly deflecting, every time there's an issue, you never look at your own situation and say, what did I do to contribute to that? Then that's a problem. I mean, that's the same way relationships work.
So, with loving your job, is it going to be based on what I get from the company, what I am able to do for the company? Is it a conglomerate of things? Like, what's going to determine even if I love what I do? I mean, for me, it's like, I'm money motivated. If I don't have a good commission plan, I'm not going to do it. But in the same thing, if I don't have a good team or we're not having a good time, I'm not going to like where I am. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play, but, you know, people who come together and have that same mentality, the same commonality of we're going to be successful coming together, they can really change, you know, a lot at your job or your, you know, place of business to turn things around. And, you know, if we were to leave our companies today, that company would not make any money. It's the people.
This is true.
People there internally that make that company. You know, just because a name is a name. If everyone left Nike, there's not going to be any just do it. They're going to be like, we need to just hire somebody so we can keep these doors open. It's the people that make that company go.
But the problem is that you have to know what your value is to the market, okay? This is a very key point. If you, and I'm not trying to knock any position or anybody, but if you have a low skill set, then the barrier to entry to your role is also low, which means there's a lot of people that can do that job, which means you should be quiet.
Okay.
I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna just keep it 100%. You should be quiet because you could be replaced very easily, and companies know this. This is why, with certain organizations, certain positions are valued more than others. So, a person who is a phenomenal sales professional is going to garner a certain amount of credibility, respect, and leeway to operate with some boundaries that might not be applicable to somebody who's in a support function. And if you're not comfortable with that, then maybe you should look at being a salesperson who's phenomenal and is not in support function, because the support function is exactly what it sounds like. It's for support.
Wait, hold on.
This is a fact.
I went to school for accounting.
Okay.
I'm going to be the best accountant I can be for this company. I'm supporting you, making sure your numbers are right. You go out there, you produce numbers.
Okay.
I'm happy with what I do.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Okay. And I'm not saying that there's no value for you.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is
Okay.
that the difficulty of identifying certain roles versus others is it varies, you know, and the thing about sales is, you know, sales is one of those things that it's black and white. You know, you either sold this much or you didn't. So a person who can sell this much on a regular basis is going to get a certain level of respect, and they're going to get a certain level of opportunity. A person who is, you know, maybe more program related, and they, you know, create things that help the organization, but maybe can't quantify things as much. And this is where we always talk about, what did you achieve? What did you make? What did you save?
Yeah.
The reason why we speak about that in all roles is because until you can quantify it, it doesn't count the same way.
Gotcha.
Because at the end of the day, a company is going to operate the same no matter where you go. And that's the importance of, do you love your job? It's great if you know that you don't love your job and you may need to make a move. You may not, because some of the things that you may dislike about your job are going to be the same at the next place you go to.
Right.
You know, we went through a period in COVID where a lot of people really primarily dealt with the same thing. The company's trying to figure out how to make money in a situation where, you know, their normal business practice isn't operating the same.
Right.
They're trying to figure out how to keep productivity at a certain level when they don't have access to seeing people in the office every day and they can actually touch that person. So now they're trying to rely on technology and tools that they probably never had in place before or never leveraged to be able to identify if the person's doing the right thing.
You never thought that you had to use it to the extent that we had to, you know. We had this thing over here in case of emergencies, and now we're like, let's see if it works. You know,
hit the button.
Yeah, hit it. See if it works, and you know.
And now you're upset because the company said, "I want more."
Yeah, more records, more placements.
But how many more records can I do?
More. All
How
right,
many more?
Kobe. That's right.
Kobe.
So, in essence, you know, like I said, for Valentine's Day, people need to dig deep.
Dig deep.
See,
where's the love?
Where is the love? Is it in what you're doing? Is it the company? All that type of stuff. You need to realize, what is it that's keeping you there? So many times we become, you know, complacent, just like in relationships.
This is true.
Okay. You fall in love. You're like, I've been here for so long, but I'm not really happy here. It's time to dig deep.
Dig deep.
Figure out, do I love what I'm doing? How can I improve it if I'm not happy with it? And, you know, figure out what is that going to look like the years to come. Because there's going to be some people right now looking at this podcast probably going to contact YRS Consulting.
Probably. They should contact YRS Consulting.
And be like, you know what?
I need a coaching session.
Yes.
I need a resume writing session.
I need all of this.
I need to be prepped for interviews.
That's correct.
This is
because
correct.
You're probably not in the spot that you need to be in right now. And this is a wake-up call. You know, too many times we just settle and just be like, I'm making a paycheck. Man, everything's good. I'm going to stay right here. But you're dying inside.
Slow death.
That's the worst. That's the worst kind.
That is definitely the worst. You need to be in a position where you have a challenge, but you're also being recognized for what you do and you bring to the table. And once again, if you're in a role or a company where there's a lack of innovation, the industry is shrinking.
Yeah.
I would say dying, but let's just say shrinking. it's not as much need for the product or the service that's being provided. Your quality of life is going down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things like that. If you're seeing things like that, these are key indicators that you might want to switch what you're doing, because there's going to be better opportunities for you to invest your time in for the longevity of your career. If you're looking to just make a move because you're frustrated with what happened, you know, in the last 6 to 12 months, and it's not something that was specifically targeted towards you,
right?
You might want to sit and really think about that before you step out the door. Because you could find yourself in the same situation or worse in a very short period of time.
And then the last and final question: is it me? Is it me? Is it me?
Is it you?
Is it you?
Is it me?
Is it me?
Is it you?
Too many times we don't want to ask that question. Is it me? Am I the one that's bringing the team down? Do I suck? Does my resume suck?
I would say you suck.
I suck. Am I sucking at this team? Am I the reason that I'm holding everything back?
Holding everybody back.
You just look yourself in the mirror and say,
nice little square. Hold up. Is that a rectangle? Maybe it's a square. It could be a rectangle. Depends on how big your bathroom is.
Depends on what it is.
But you could be in there. You need to go in there and look at yourself.
Is it me? Do I suck?
Is it him?
It's probably you.
It's you.
Because I love what I do.
I love what I do.
He loves what we do. Well, hold on. He loves what he do.
I love what I do.
Is that proper English? It doesn't even matter.
Don't put that on your resume. I love what I do. Don't put that on your resume. That won't get you anywhere.
I've seen a couple of that.
Make sure your diction is proper. You know what I mean?
Correct.
We can joke and we can laugh, but we actually are really good at putting proper diction on a resume.
Hey,
You'd be good.
look. This is my Friday casual conversation. The
Casual.
weekend of love, Valentine's Day.
It's freezing in Houston.
Cold.
Freezing.
What?
I did not come here for
record
this.
lows. We might even get some snow.
Maybe.
Hey, YRS Consulting. Your resume sucks.
That's right.
I'm Andre Harden.
I'm Goalie Green.
Hey yo, Casual Fridays, and we are out.
Out.
Thanks for tuning in to Your Resume Sucks.
Please be sure to like, hate, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to go to our website at YRS Consulting, YRS Consulting, where you can book an appointment for a resume writing session, a coaching session, or to get that merch. Oh yeah, and follow us on YouTube, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the podcast platforms,
all the casts.
Instagram. We'll see you guys next time.
Armcast, baby.